Sound Blaster ZX. And I have to say that I'm very pleased with how this box looks. Hi everybody on YouTube, Supersider here, and today we take a look at some more money that I spend, because I like to spend money. And no, I'm not a girl, but I still like to spend money on expensive things. So, I have a sound card that is roughly about 7, 8 years old, somewhere in that range. And I will show that sound card later and I will explain what that is. But I think the sound just is not good enough anymore, right? It's not, and I will explain that later. But to replace that sound card, I about these. A Sound Blaster ZX. And I have to say that I'm very pleased with how this box looks. I mean, if you look at the box, it really feels like this is something serious, something that really is powerful when you put it into your PC. And as you can see at the bottom, you know, there are a couple of things that they claim this card supports and can do. Well, most of these things are all marketing stuff and you will never even use them. Okay, next up you have what's in the box and what is the I/O from all the things you can hook up to it. Very nice. And then we get to the back. You can see what the card supports. It comes with a nice module. I'll show that later. And it has some kind of surround thingy with sound. You know, very nice, very nice. And at this flap here, it says something with SBX Pro Studio. And yeah, I'll have to check that out as well. I don't know. It says something with Crystallizer, Surround, Bass, and Dialog Plus, which I'll have to test out. I don't know. Anyway. First we get up first I'll show you the control module. I still have it in the box. And basically what this is you hook this one up to your sound card, and you have a volume knob right here. What you can do is you can hook your headset up to this little module here, and when you do that, you will never have to get back behind your computer and plug in some cables anymore, because this module, you could put this module next beside you, and yeah, easy, isn't it? Handy. Don't know whether I can actually use this though, but you know, we'll see. We will see. Next up is, of course, the card itself. I mean, look at this card. I mean, it is beautiful. I mean, I really like this design. It is absolutely amazing. And you might be thinking, why would you buy the ZX version instead of the Z? Or some people like to call it Z, but here in Europe I call it Z. So I bought this version because the capacitors in here are from Nichicon Gold, and the normal Z version does not have that. So I mean, that is something you have to take into consideration if you want to buy this type of sound card, or specifically this model of sound card. If you don't care about the capacitors, whether they are from Nichicon Gold or not, then you probably could go with the cheaper version. But if you do care about that, you should take this one into consideration. That's all I'm saying. Not saying that you should definitely buy this because the capacitors in here are a lot better in quality, but it's just something to take into consideration, right? Next to that, you will get a nice Toslink cable, very good. You get these cables too, very nice. You get a manual, a manual, and you get a CD for people that don't use the fucking drive anymore. I don't have a CD drive. Yeah, I'll see you in a second. So, fast forward in the future, because magic. Anyway, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. It's like almost a week ago that I bought the sound card, and I thought I needed some time to get used to the new sound, and also to make like a very good review of it as well. Because although the sound sounds a little bit different, there is not much of a difference compared to my old sound card, which is this one. I was talking about this one. Ta-da-da. This is a XFI xtremegamer fatality professional edition. It even has gold-plated inputs, which the new card doesn't even have. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, so I read some reviews online, and I do have to say that compared to the XFI, the Sound Blaster ZX sounds a little bit more warm. The Sound Blaster XFI, and I have to say that I like the Sound Blaster ZX more than the XFI, because the XFI is a little bit harsh, a little bit like the bass is hard, all the other sounds are hard too. You could, if you want to like do like studio listening to sound, you probably want to use this XFI card. But if you want to like enjoy music, enjoy games and stuff like that, I could definitely recommend a Sound Blaster ZX. So there's a difference between those two. Next to that, I also want to look at the software, which you can see in the screen real quick. I will like go through all of that. And I do have an Ashtray 50, and I hooked it up to the optical output. And I'd have to say there's not really a difference between the optical and the analog. And I have to say that I like the analog more than the optical out. Although there is no real difference. Other than that, like the optical can carry all of the like 5.1 signals, and the analog cannot. If you want to have 5.1 with the analog, you would have to have 3 cables, and with the optical, I only have 1 cable, and it does exactly the same. But anyway, if you look here in my control panel, you can see that I have it on 5.1 surround. I also have Dolby Digital Live enabled, and I turned off the subwoofer because I don't have a subwoofer, I have this headset. And if I enable the subwoofer, I can do that, but like the bass then becomes very far away. It almost hears like the bass is in another room or something. It's weird. So I turn it off, so the bass is just right here where it needs to be, in my ears, not in the other room. And I left the other speakers on because you can do that. Doesn't really matter. And I can also let you guys hear that, I guess. This absolutely sounds horrible. Maybe you guys heard it. If you didn't, whatever. So next to that, they also have Scout mode. You can enable this, but it's absolutely horrible. It really sucks. So useless. Crystal voice, absolutely useless because I'm using a USB microphone. And then we get to like the meat of the entire sound card, which is this SBX Pro Studio. And there's only 3 options you can do. You can add surround, you can use a crystallizer, and you could add some more bass to the sound, which are 3 very good options. You can see the settings that I have here. Yeah, they're great settings, great stuff. But I think like if you want to use this, it's pure based on what you like to hear. You know, I can tell you, like, set them like this because this is the best, but no, it's not. You know, I think you should look at if you buy this card, you install this software, you should like hear it for yourself and be like, all right, I need this, I need that, or I need that, and and then go with that instead. There is a mixer. Yeah, very nice. An equalizer. I put this one to classical the entire time. Because it adds a little bit more bass to the bass, if that makes sense. So the bass sounds a little bit deeper, which I like. Simple as that. And the advanced feature is play stereo mix to digital output. I turned it on, I don't know why. Anyway, this is the software. And I do have to say that I am pleased with the sound that this Sound Blaster ZX is giving me. Like I said, it's a little bit warmer than the old sound card, and I have to say that it is definitely better than the onboard Realtek DAC. Because there's a couple of videos going around where people are like, yeah, there's absolutely no difference between the Realtek DAC and like the Sound Blaster DAC, for instance. And I have to disagree. I mean, if you put both at the same volume, I do hear a difference with this and with the Realtek on board, and I like this better. So, but you know, that's my opinion. But I'm happy I bought this Sound Blaster ZX. Really, like, ups the sound quality by like from here, from the XFI to here. So it's like it's a little bit better. But if you're coming from the Realtek, I mean, the difference is going to be, like, out of the fucking screen, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Do with this as what you please. Hopefully you liked my opinion. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, let me know if you have any questions. Maybe you're thinking about buying one. Especially if, like I said, if you have only, like, your Realtek onboard sound, you could definitely need to think about buying this, because it really makes your sound a lot better. Although, I mean, if you use earbuds like this, for instance, I mean, if you use earbuds like this, it might sound a little bit better, but you know what I'm going with this. It's not. No, it doesn't really work, right? It doesn't work. You need a good pair of headphones to make this sound card really, like, worth it, pretty much. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, like I said, please click the thumbs up and also subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Bij display
Step
ingaan.
2. En dan that 2. Problem.
Monitor. Generic PNP monitor.